Hi, I'm Bayu Fei. Today I will share my presentation Culture Evolution Written in Our Genes, inspired by PNAS article Gene Culture Co-Evolution in the Age of Genomics. That paper really changed how I see evolution actually. It argues that culture isn't just something we learn, it actually shapes our genes. My goal in this project was to turn that complex idea into something you can see. Clear visuals that show how culture leaves biological marks in our DNA. One of the clearest examples is the lactose persistence, the ability for results to digest milk. Thousands of years ago, people in Europe and in Africa started domesticating cattle and drinking milk, which was a cultural practice. Over time, that culture habit favored people with the LCT gene mutation that lets adults process lactose. So it's such a perfect case of feedback. Culture creates a new environment, and genes adapt to fit it. The article calls this gene culture co-evolution. I illustrated that with a simplified selection diagram. Before selection, many genetic variants existed, and after selection, one beneficial version spread quickly. Another fascinating example is the AM11 gene, which helps digest starch. In farming societies with high starch diets, people tend to have more copies of AMY1. Genomic evidence shows purifying selection keeping this gene stable, which fits the article's idea that culture, in this case, agriculture, directs molecular evolution. The article also highlights why humans evolved so fast compared to other species. Many of our traits are highly heritable, and culture keeps applying consistent selection. That's why I included the heritability example with an H2 value around 0.8. It shows that when a trait has strong genetic influence, like height or milk tolerance, cultural changes can rapidly shape its frequency through generations. Creating these visuals helped me internalize the paper's theory. Before, I only saw evolution as nature selecting genes. Now I understand it's a two-way street. Our culture changes what counts as fit, and genes respond to what a new word. Designing each graph forced me to think through what those members and numbers really mean, not just memorizing, but realizing how selection pressure, molecular evidence, and heritability all connect. In the end, what I took from Richardson and colleagues' article is that humans are unique because our cultural and biological evolution are intertwined. Our tools, diets, and social systems all feed back into our DNA. Through this project, I learned that science communication isn't just about explaining data. It's about turning abstract ideas into visuals that people can feel and understand. So when I look at those simple graphs of milk, starch, and height, I see more than genetics. I see evidence that who we are biologically is shaped by the worlds we build together. Thanks for watching.